Rivera versus Martin. Somebody's O had to go. Let's talk.
Push the weight in no flex. Flex alive is 1 in the 6. Fit the runner, boy, you nigga, no question. You will run a motherfucker hot stepping. Hey, you never had a big enough weapon. Motherfucker never learned your lesson. I'm a 88 pack nigga. I'm a 88 pack nigga. I mean, day walker, drink blood, fangs out, full moon, motherfucker change like a hoe, nigga. I'm just a nigga from the hood trying to stack a little cheddar for the money.
Drew Titan Bronx on deck. Shout out to the mighty LDBC. Well, it happened. And, somebody's O had to go. And first and foremost, salute to both of these young fighters for putting it on the line. I'm not going to say all on the line because neither one of them is done. And I said that no matter who lost, there is still time. If you don't know already by now, Frank Martin won. He basically outclassed Michel Rivera. Michel Rivera, he just didn't have an answer. What I saw was real speed and real angles. Frank Martin is a slick southpaw. He has decent power. He has enough power to keep you honest. They both came out. It was a chess match from rounds 1, 2, and then, Frank just got comfortable. There was a knockdown scored, round 7. Rivera wasn't hurt, but he got caught in transition, really, and his foot was off the damn ground. So Martin slipped a punch, he countered with a left, and his foot legitimately was off the ground, and down he went. He wasn't like hurt like on shaking legs or nothing, but that's what happens when Frank is so fast that he can catch you in transition, man. Because Michel's he's not a slow poke either, and his foot was literally. If you go back and watch the instant replay of that knockdown, it was an amazing thing to watch. This was a fun fight to watch. I was curious to see what Michel Rivera can do when his back was against the wall. How could he think outside the box? What could he do? There were some things that I didn't like. Every time Frank would throw a combination, he would step to his right, which is Rivera's left. I feel what Rivera should have done was just take a step back and move to his left and meet Frank in that spot and meet him sometimes with a right hand of his own. If y'all can understand what I'm saying, I'm talking strategy right here. His corner, I got the idea that his corner knew what Rivera had to do, but they didn't have faith in his ability to do what needed to be done. And by the end of round 7, with the beginning of after the knockdown, I think going into round 8, his corner started telling him, "You need to knock out the win. You got to go for it." And I'm like, you see, I don't like hearing stuff like that. Tell him how to do it. Tell him what he needs to do. I'm watching the fight, and I'm like, all he got to do is just, when Martin jumps in, just take a step back, because Martin was coming in with a jab, and Martin was a slightly, I don't want to say smaller fighter, but he fought small, and he has a shorter reach, but he was landing that jab, man. I mean, I feel that Rivera was supposed to, my God, there's so many variations of jabs you can throw, and it's different when you're in there, I get it. But I'm just going off of what we all saw. And I really think Rivera could have done some other things to keep Martin more honest, because as the fight went on in the championship round, Martin just didn't respect it. And he was really trying to close the show. And Rivera looked worse for wear as the fight went on. He looked a little concerned. he was taking less risks because he started hurting him late. He was getting hurt. He was landing stuff. And that's where the mental thing came in. I was looking at the young man's face, and he didn't. It was at one point where it was like, okay, I'm just going through the motions now. I can do enough not to get knocked out, but I can't hit the ground again. Martin was just doing things in there that he pretty much showed him that he was a better fighter, man. He was a better technical fighter, just as strong. He made Rivera look like he had one gear and one weapon. It was that right hand. Because Frank Martin completely disarmed him. He completely disarmed him. But salute to Michel Rivera. Look, salute to both of these fighters because y'all know how boxing is, y'all. At any point, either one of them can say, no, we're not doing this now. If the business got involved, you know how it is. It depends on who put them on the pedestal. Sidebar. 3 of the Fantastic Four was there. And if y'all don't know what I'm talking about, go to my page and put in Fantastic Four. That goes 3 judges. Y'all know what I'm talking about. One of the judges' name is Cheatham, for Christ's sake. All right? Just look up what I'm talking about. So when I saw who was judging, I just said, well, it depends on what network is trying to push who. And we'll see what it is. But there was no foul play here. These young fellas went in there and they did the best that they could. And it was a fun fight to watch. And man, listen, man, Texas stand up because they're doing big things, man. Frank Martin was the better man tonight. And I ain't even gonna hold you. I thought it would be a little closer than that. I only gave Michel Rivera one round. I think I gave him round, let's say 5, 6, I forget. Then Frank scores the knockdown, and that was the end of that. But salute to Michel Rivera, salute to Frank Martin, man. They didn't have to do this now. And the fun part is, Michel Rivera can go back to the drawing board and watch some tape. And down the road, he can meet Frank Martin again down the road. He has to put himself back into title contention. 135 is lit. Frank Martin did his call out. See, even call out Rolly that was sitting there. I like that fight. Tank, I like that fight. Devin Haney, I like that fight because based off of what we've seen, and Michelle called out those names too, but based off of what we've seen, Frank is ready. 135 is a very, very fun division to watch, man. But salute to both fighters again, and salute to Frank, man. I hope they don't avoid this guy. But if the right person has all the marbles, like Devin Haney, if the ghost is right there in line, we know Devin will give him that. You see how refreshing that is to know the heart of a champion. Y'all let me know what y'all think. Bronx on deck.
Move!